But think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
It's in full panic mode, and for good reason. Sharp, young conservative Karoline Leavitt just dropped a legal bombshell so massive that ABC executives are scrambling for damage control, desperately trying to contain the fallout.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now, as
I'm
for
sorry,
this
guys.
debate,
We're going to come back out to the panel. Caroline, thank you very much for your time. That was so good.
These women are completely out of touch with reality, and you're right, ABC should wake up.
Here's the wildest part. Karoline Leavitt didn't even set foot on The View to do it. After yet another tone-deaf and disgusting attack from Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and Sunny Hostin, she didn't just clap back, she went nuclear, leaving ABC scrambling to contain the fallout.
While we will expose the fake news when they are fake, we will hold them accountable for their lies and smears of President Trump. I can also assure the American people that they are going to be hearing directly from the leader of the free world. And the press likes to hear that too. That's something that has not happened over the past 4 years.
The backlash is so explosive that rumors are swirling. ABC is scrambling behind the scenes, desperately pleading for damage control as the fallout from Karoline Leavitt's bombshell continues to escalate.
They likened President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him. They have shamed him. They have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American people.
Desperate to make her back down before it's too late, executives are reportedly in full meltdown mode, scrambling to contain the fallout. But let's be real, this disaster has already shattered their credibility beyond repair.
Well, you know, listen, if you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
So what did Karoline Leavitt say that sent Whoopi into full meltdown mode, had Joy Behar visibly shaking, and left Sunny Hostin speechless for once in her life? Oh, you do not want to miss this, because this bombshell just rocked The View like never before.
And you would think, you know, ABC, having just paid $15 million for a defamation lawsuit, would think not to engage in conspiracy theories about assassination attempts, but I guess that's too much to ask from The View. I mean, I got to ask you, because they said it, are you aware of any plots from Elon Musk to push President Trump down the stairs?
Absolutely not. Let me be unequivocally clear about that.
Before we dive headfirst into this chaotic, drama-packed takedown, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe for more uncensored, no BS updates. Trust me, this is just the beginning, and you won't want to miss a second of the fallout as it all unravels.
And so I hope that the media will focus on the issues that matter to the American people, the issues that led them to vote in a resounding way for President Trump on November the 5th. That's what President Trump is focused on more so than ever. We have an array of executive action that will be rolled out on day one to change the lives of the American people immediately.
The View thought they could go after Karoline Leavitt and walk away unscathed. Big mistake. On a recent episode, the panel went completely unhinged, launching a full-scale attack on Karoline simply for being a young, successful conservative woman. Joy Behar, with her signature smugness and condescending smirk, dismissed Karoline's intelligence, experience, and political savvy. In Joy's world, there was only one explanation for Karoline's success. She was a 10 in Trump's eyes. That's right. Joy reduced everything Karoline had worked for down to her looks. Then came Whoopi Goldberg. Never one to let logic get in the way of a rant, Whoopi, in her usual self-righteous tone, claimed Karoline wouldn't even have a job if it weren't for wokeness. Her exact words? Yeah, I would like this young lady. This is her first job. I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. She said, there will be no wokeness here. Oh yeah? Let me explain something to you. Without that wokeness, you might not have that job. Yeah, because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The hypocrisy? Stunning. The same women who claim to uplift young professionals, especially young women, publicly belittled and dismissed Karoline's entire career simply because they didn't like her politics. But trust me, Karoline wasn't about to let that slide. And Whoopi? She wasn't finished. She kept going, waving her hands and raising her voice as if she were educating Karoline on history. History she already knew. This is all women, see? This is not just Black Asian, this is all women. Women weren't invited to this party. It was a man's world, and we busted our asses to make sure this was a person's world. Commentators instantly called it out. Whoopi mansplaining the press secretary job to Karoline Leavitt? Hilarious. And of course, she had to make it about race, as if that somehow justified dismissing Karoline's career. But Karoline? She wasn't having it. She didn't just clap back, she went nuclear. Her response? Sharp, unapologetic, undeniable. His opponents are still spewing the same rhetoric that led to 2 assassination attempts. The second attack on President Trump's life echoed the lie that Trump is a threat to democracy. And if you're a deranged lunatic, if you're mentally ill, you will believe that lie, and you will act on it, just like we've seen, twice. Then, she took it even further. Last week, Tim Walz and Kamala Harris said that everyone who showed up to President Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden was a cut to commercial. The network pulled the plug before she could finish. But the damage was already done. Karoline wasn't finished. She took direct aim at the media's hypocrisy, exposing their relentless smear campaigns. That's despicable, dangerous, and divisive rhetoric spewed by the Democratic Party every single day. And I'm sick and tired of the media pointing the finger at Donald Trump, claiming he's the one dividing this country. He is not. The media is. For pushing hoaxes like the one you all just peddled today, for twisting narratives, for spreading misinformation to fit your agenda. And the Democratic Party? They're just as guilty, constantly lying, fear-mongering, and painting millions of Americans as threats. Then, she dropped the final hammer. But here's the good news. Americans aren't buying it. That's why today, President Trump is more popular than he's been since 2016, because people don't trust the media anymore. The audience? Silent. The View's hosts? Shell-shocked. Then, in a now viral scorched earth video, Karoline exposed The View for exactly what they are, a panel of bitter, out-of-touch elitists who claim to support women, but only if those women agree with them. And this time, she didn't hold back. Joy Behar is the perfect example of modern feminism, preaching about empowering women while tearing down any woman who doesn't fit their narrative. Disgusting. Then she took direct aim at Whoopi. Whoopi says I wouldn't have a job without wokeness? That's hilarious, considering The View's entire panel is made up of unqualified DEI hires. And Sunny Hostin? Karoline torched her too. Sunny Hostin of all people wants to talk about privilege? Give me a break. Finally, she delivered the knockout blow. The View doesn't want strong women. They want obedient women. I refuse to play their game. Boom. Within minutes, her video went viral. Social media exploded. Cancel The View and Karoline Leavitt Owns The View dominated Twitter, Instagram, and even Facebook. And that's when things got really bad for The View. They never saw this coming. They thought they could mock Karoline, brush her off, and move on. Instead, they handed her the biggest PR victory of her career. Now, ABC is in full-blown crisis mode. According to leaked reports, producers are furious that this has spiraled into a full-scale disaster. What should have been a simple smear job against Karoline has backfired spectacularly, turning into one of The View's worst PR nightmares. And now, the rumors are flying. Some execs are seriously questioning whether Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg are more of a liability than an asset. Because let's be real, how many scandals can ABC handle before The View becomes a sinking ship? Sponsors? Backing away. Brands that once proudly aligned with The View are reconsidering whether they want to be tied to the show's increasingly toxic image. ABC is allegedly scrambling behind the scenes, begging Karoline to drop the lawsuit before things get even worse. But here's the kicker. Even The View's own audience is turning against them. One viral comment summed it up perfectly. The View preaches empowerment, but mocks any woman who doesn't fit their agenda. Karoline Leavitt just exposed them for the frauds they are. And the replies? Brutal. Fans who once defended the show are now calling out its hypocrisy. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, it does. At this point, it's undeniable. The View has been playing with fire for years. But this time, they may have finally burned themselves beyond repair. The backlash? Out of control? The hypocrisy? Undeniable. And ABC? They're now facing a very real and very painful decision. Do they clean house and attempt to salvage their reputation? Or do they double down and risk watching The View go down in flames? One thing is certain. This isn't over yet. What do you think? Did The View finally go too far? Was Karoline Leavitt's lawsuit the wake-up call the media desperately needed? And do you think ABC will actually pull the plug on The View after this disaster? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more breaking updates.